We're here at Congressional Black Caucus Foundation's ALC conference, and I have got Bishop Talbert Swan sitting next to me, and I would just dive in. Well, first let me say hi. I don't even feel like we say hi no more. We got so much stuff going on. How you doing, Bishop?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good, and I'm glad to be sitting next to you in this moment that we are in, when we have seen white nationalism wrap itself around the cross. And it is disturbing. We've seen this over and over and over again. How do you address the times that we are in? The theme of this conference is made for the moment.
Yeah.
What is the moment that we're in?
We're in a very overt moment of what we've always been in. This is no different than what our ancestors went through. The overt racism of so-called Christians of a lighter hue has always existed in this nation. These are the descendants of the same people who would lynch a black man on Saturday night and praise white Jesus on Sunday morning.
I got one for you. Storm the Capitol on January 6th, but before you do it, kneel and pray.
Absolutely. And you know, they considered the Ku Klux Klan to be a Christian organization. Slaveholders were considered to be Christian even as they held black people as property and raped black women and had children by them and enslaved their children. It's not a far leap from them to today's evangelicals, today's insurrectionists, and it's no wonder if these same people can brush off what their ancestors did and say they were people of their times, but they were good people. No wonder they think Donald Trump is a Christian, and they think Charlie Kirk was a Christian, and they believe that what they're doing is Christian.
Trump actually said on Mike, he wasn't. He said, "I'm not a Christian, but I want to thank the Christians." I'm like, are y'all hearing this?
Well, there's a loophole for him. Trump said, when asked whether he repented, he said he hasn't, and he has no need to because he doesn't do anything wrong. Now, the same Bible that they read,
let's talk about
it says, if you confess with your mouth, believe in your heart. So there's basic
steps
to salvation. You gotta confess, you gotta repent, and you gotta believe. Now, somehow they have exempted Trump from doing what every other Christian had to do to become a Christian. It's absolutely amazing how he gets this backdoor pass into Christianity that nobody else got.
Maybe there's another book of life somewhere on a dusty shelf that we don't know about.
It's 2 Corinthians,
maybe that's probably where it was.
Yeah.
What do you say in this moment that we need to do? I want to ask you about power, policy, and progress, because that's under the theme of this conference. Where does the power lie to you in this hour?
The power really lies in our unity and in our ability to harness our creativity and our ingenuity without allowing the enemy to play the divide and conquer game, which they have done so effectively, and they are still doing it now. I was absolutely shocked. I knew they were among us, but in the wake of Charlie Kirk's murder, the number of black people and black preachers who were calling him a Christian and who were scolding black people for having an opinion about his racism baffled me, because I didn't realize we had that many.
That was a shocker
among us. So this ability to drive this wedge between us dilutes our power. But if we were ever able to look at the bigger picture and say, regardless of the various things that we may hold different in terms of our opinion, our ideology, our strategy, that we've got to have somewhere where the circles overlap and say, right here, we got to come together and we got to agree. And we've got to understand that this administration is an existential threat to black people regardless. I don't care if you're a Republican. I don't care if you're a Democrat, if you have no affiliation whatsoever. And I think a lot of our Latino brothers and sisters who voted for Trump found out real quick that he didn't really care about them, because a number of them started getting deported and their families started getting deported, and ICE was raiding their schools and their homes, and they found out that being a Trump supporter didn't do anything for them. And I think our power lies in our unity. I think we've got to support our legislators that are trying to exact policy that protects us. Right now, the Voting Rights Act is in its most vulnerable point that it has ever been in 60 years, and it's a very real possibility that the Supreme Court in its next session could completely gut the Voting Rights Act.
They're already gerrymandering.
Yeah, they're gerrymandering, all of that. So they want to snatch our voting rights. They want to take away diversity, equity, inclusion. They want to erase our history. And then some of the dangerous conversations about just violating the Constitution.
Absolutely.
Trump wanting a third term, even though the Constitution says he can't have it. Him wanting to be able to deport U.S. citizens anywhere he wants to, even if they haven't committed a crime. And people think this is hyperbolic.
No.
This is real.
No,
this is what he really means
happening.
to do.
It's happening. And so we have to pay attention to that. Where do you see the role being for the black church in this moment? I was talking to someone and they were saying, going through the book of Esther for such a time as this. I said, but we forget about the Mordecai. The Mordecai is like the church that has to go up and say, this is what I need you to do, to tell those who are in the front to speak up, to talk, to open your mouth, because the safety and security of a people are on your back.
Well, the other part of that story that people miss, people talk about Esther, Mordecai, they skip by Vashti.
Vashti, come on.
They skip by Vashti. And
Vashti said, not today.
Yeah, when the king told Vashti, get down here naked and perform and tap dance, and entertain my company, I preached a message from that. When a sister says hell no.
Come on. Give us a minute. Give us a sermon. Come on now.
Vashti said, not today.
Not today.
We're not going to do that. And she was willing, knowing that it could have cost her life.
Right.
Her dignity, her pride, her people were more important to her than whatever it was that the king could do for her. Are we willing to be like Vashti in this moment? Are we willing to do whatever it takes, regardless of what it costs, to safeguard our people, to protect our dignity, our history, and to fight for what our ancestors bled and died for?
I'm going to leave it right there. Bishop Talbert Swan, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for the work that you're doing. I watch you all the time on your radio. I listen to you on social media, and your messages, they go deep, but I love it because you don't just preach, but you put action to your words.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people have a lot of words, but they have no action.
Well, I appreciate you, sis, and taking it on the chin for us. And regardless of what the orange man is saying.
He said I was obnoxious, but I'll be obnoxious about my people.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about right there. Love you, sis.
Thank you so much.
All right.